look here at Global. Yurutan moving
okay.
over onto the ice. So
we
saw
got
how
GE
crispy could be at times there
on
Lotus.
attack. We got
So,
Boom on
him being
defense.
in this ISO position.
And it can't
Could
get
be
much
a
worse for
big boon,
GE.
but
They got a round on their map pick.
This guy was a boss.
He was all over the place.
That's a huge shock dart.
Great shock dart to start it off. They go for the AD
Good read
fault.
early from Shiro. He backs right up while the rest of his
Instant
team
reaction
is
after they realize they're doing a bit of an
yes.
AD fault is to push through garage.
Stun does connect, but so does a ton of damage. Is Famous just closing the gap, slides forward,
Look at
that kill.
that. And look at the spam from Heaven as well. He's got one more shock. He might actually get a kill with it.
Here from Shiro.
Oh, they plant the other side.
Goes to the
That suggests that they want to push spawn into the crossfire. And the shield is so strong.
He's able to shut down DOS
They got
9
double
now
shock
at
for
3v3.
this.
HP bar is low on a couple of these players, and the site has been given up.
Double damage
Gonna
into
cross
shock.
Famous. Double damage onto him. Shock dart, however, not going to be connecting. And NC Slasher is going to be the one coming away with an elimination.
Might have solo on this. Low HP is pretty doable.
Right in the previous
Great
map,
shot.
finds the headshot. And he's going to hold this to half. Does he bite? No, swings in, ends up falling the wayside. That's going to be 3-0 in pistols. In a huge Red Bull clutch from Berserks.
The idea from GE isn't too bad. Planted the back over towards here, use the shocks double damage to try and kill one.
I'm just was so impressed with Berserks.
The Yoru kind messed up in Heaven. Probably should have been jump spawning.
It's just Boom is just outplaying you. You know, the coordination there with the fault line into the relay bolt into Famous dashing completely past you because he knows you're stunned up to make sure that you're going to confirm that kill on a Kelly S. Huge, and just a little bit of a timing thing for Kelly S. If he's still holding that garage door, he might
keep giving him every opportunity to give it.
Instead, he pays the price, and then they push past. I love the post-plant positioning that they take. They know Shiro's out there by himself because they saw how many players were storming out of garage. Oh well.
Wow, my eyes are down.
They fought nicely, but so far Boom's just been the better team today.
Camera spotting out at least the one there, garage.
These trips.
Yeah, shots heard as well. Just wanted to stop them being able to take any kind of deep control on that B side should they decide to push into it. NC Slasher swinging the corner, spots out multiple fault line. We'll go ahead and shove them back. That B site now likely looking like the best option for in Global's eyes. One of the shocks, one of the trips rather going to be cleared out. Shock dart there towards their feet, but damage not yet found. Push for DOS 9 on the crunch. With the line one, Paranoia goes across. Yurutan in the corner gets the shield out, but eventually will just be chipped away at.
Okay, handled it very well, but regen shield as well, so they only
a very solid anti-eco.
lose one gun.
It's just great play. I mean, the utility is so on point. You know, NC Slasher gets pressured, uses a fault line. GE can't push into it, because if they do, they're probably just going to lose minimum 3 players to that Bulldog.
Let's see.
That goes right into the Cypher setup.
Same script to BG winning this and then losing the next round.
So they can set up these crossfires at the doors. And they do. They execute it nearly perfectly. Able to carry over 2 Bulldogs. Stinger.
Cage, crit, pressure.
He's doing a little bit of spam action. Famous hiding behind the wall with him.
I like this from Boom though. We had trip, so they couldn't be a lock over towards B. Now we just got
the other side of the map.
double info trip, so
up
changing it up every single time. This is good from GE. They'll be able to find the trip, so they can shock this next round, you would imagine.
Are we truly going to make an attempt? I doubt it off that orb contact.
Yurutan 2 away, so I'm kind of surprised they didn't try and get him the orb here.
Here we go. Teleport set up.
Not big. Buy rounds. We try
ready.
prod C.
Cleared out.
With a lock into B.
Triple push up. Gate crash around the back. The swing getting ready to come through, but Patrick Putin a little bit deeper than they might anticipate.
Great TP out.
He's able to exit out. DOS not at the same time. Going to be taken down over that A connector. Solid spacing, opening up the spike, however, being brought around the corner, and Famous intercepting, but cannot confirm the kill on the Crystal.
21 HP.
21. Now just Shiro and NC Slasher left standing. Spike still being brought forward. Poppy here at window. Swings out. Is able to find it right through the corner of the wall. Shiro with everything to do. Just a Spectre. Gets the instant headshot. Pushes forward. Dart Connecting. Dosing Crystal's going to be low. Does find
incredible
it.
damage
more
though.
costly.
They did really good. Good news for GE is they get the ISO.
A win here in the anti-bonus.
They get the ISO and they can kind of just use it to get an orb as well.
Really nicely played off the rip by Global. This slow push-up.
They can try just try to do like a C or pick up.
Allows Patrick Hu to swing out wide.
If they dual heavy, you can just send it with all.
Really tricky position for Boom to be in. They're able to go the other way. Using that ISO,
so they got a Yoru.
Open up some extra space.
ISO.
Still though, 3 guns dropped is costly. They have enough for another buy.
I feel like I'd be doing this one a little bit differently,
Boom.
but
Let's loose with the dart. A little bit
also starting this many people over towards A against a defensive Yoru, defensive Sova is really risky.
They do have the ult available here, the kill contract online.
Yeah, if anyone gets seen by this drone, you would imagine it's an ult.
Watch over the top.
Ult goes in, they hit the Sova.
Shiro pulled in, taken down, reset on the shield.
Still, 3 people on site for Boom. They can do it right here.
Drifting across, gets tucked.
Someone needs to help Patrick.
Leon at the ready to slide forward. NC Slasher finding 1. Patrick Hu going to be taken down, but Poppy able to answer back in a big way. Finds 2, keeps it contentious. This is going to be blow for blow. Berserk Kelly-S, both
unbelievable, by the way.
So close at HP.
I must wait a moment.
The regen shield giving him a little bit more oomph, but it's going to come down to reaction. But bonus is on Kelly-S here for the moment. The cam toggle gets the spot out, taps it, just trying to bait him. But Berserk's not falling for it, nearly finds the timing and takes him down to 2.
30 seconds left.
Realizes now that he is going to be sticking it, his options a bit more limited. Does get the opportunity to slide out towards long.
Okay, it's a weird one because he'll never stick
Watching
it
that help
when
position.
he knows you're like really low HP.
The swing on the corner and
Very
Kelly-S
nice from Kelly-S.
has the
Oh
advantage,
my goodness,
holding
this
it
was
down.
close though.
Global. They
Dude,
tie
Boom
things
did
up at
so
2-2.
well to get this
Once
into a
again,
1v1.
Narrow margins in the round, but they do manage to knock down the economy.
Just shows you how impactful that kill contract can be. Again, setting up for these bait and switches. This time it's Famous who's going to lead the way for NC Slasher, who's tucked into
Dude,
the
look
corner.
at those shots.
Berserks. You just almost feel like he's good for it. Now it's Kelly's turn to stand up a little bit. He's seen enough. Wants to let him know,
they
hey,
should be able to.
we're still in this.
Should be able to just get this snowballing a little bit. They
Shotgun,
got good ults. They're up
Guardian,
against the
couple
eco.
sheriffs, a stinger.
They can
So a
then.
smattering
So like
of
the full focus on this is obviously to try
different
win the
weapons to
round,
try to
but you
work
kind of
with.
want to try
It's gonna be
get
Crystal
the
going for the Outlaw
ISO
up
as
against
much
the
as
Zico.
possible.
Couple
So
ults in
they
play
clear C.
for both
I would
sides. Both
try
Hunter's
and get him
Furies
the
are there.
orb. I would try and get him the plant. I would
So
probably be
Slasher
your
just
ulting into
chilling by the
this.
door, but this is again
just to
another
make
C
it clean.
push. Similar kind of idea. No TP. Well, the TP is all the way back in spawn. Gotta be careful with that spike. Nobody's there.
It's an easy ban, Prodigy.
Most of the players tucked towards
Gifted.
the B angle.
We'd love to have the Neon here on a closer angle for the moment, but Famous just not quite in position.
He's trying to wait out the drone, but
If he can work his way in behind the boxes here on the C site, be in a decent position. Same time though, Neural Depth is about to tell all.
I don't know about this from
opened
Boom.
up.
Dude,
Shiro
everyone loves ult
find
on an
anything,
eco
just
at the
get the
moment.
minor tag there onto Yudotan as NC Slasher, but they can be caught with some util in hand, but Elias has to pull off the angle. Still does
Does
an
at least
immense
help you
amount
to
of
do
damage.
some damage, but
Shield broken, Famous swings the corner.
speaking of damage, Famous is doing an absolute masterclass with the Valkyrie. Dude, they're kind of low HP. That's a insanely bold plant.
Shock Dart not going to connect there on a Crystal drone over the top. Should have confirmed this one for him. Poppy tucked back behind the box at the ready here with the teleport. The smoke, however, dissipating. Push out of the smoke. Shiro taps 190-degree pivot, finds Poppy Chulo.
Oh my god, and it's a
Finishes
bad
him off.
plant for him because
Is it defused now?
The
Widely
weird
being
plant.
stuck. No, retaps it. The push
Dude,
in.
how has
Kelly-S will be
Shiro
able to
done
find
this
DOS
one?
9, but Shiro
oh my goodness.
with 3.
Also, why are they not double
Gets them
holding the
round
smoke when
win.
there's no
What
flashes
a
here?
turnaround here from Boom. Devastating for Global Esports.
Well, I guess that's why he's the Sova into an eco.
credit to
But
Shiro hitting some crazy good shots. But this is a
Show me this too.
yeah. Oh,
That is- oh my
Scalped him.
god.
Oh no! Oh, Famous. That. Oh my god.
Oh, they actually were. He's just hit
Oh,
insane
no.
shots. That is
But to be fair, I'm
outrageous
not
shots.
really thrilled with that plant spot in this
Dude,
particular
everyone from
round
Boom is
because
incredible.
you're expecting most of their players to be
Don't use
in
the
the
ult
back
into an
by
eco now.
C-Link this time, not necessarily more of an isolated position like you can set up on A. So you're making it where you have to play close contact against an eco round.
Dimensional drift, scouting out the C side. Paranoia across, famous. In deep, recommits, now
Ooh.
going to be undercut.
Took away his ult.
DOS9, however, able to find one. Shield out, and they're just falling to the wayside. Blink and you miss it. It's just an absolute slaughter. Boom. Quickly shrug off the pressure.
I just love the way that Famous plays this Neon. It's very selfless. He's constantly baiting attention, constantly changing where his opponents have to be aware of his position to set up his teammates. You know, we all talk about Donby as being a great Neon. Famous is really darn good too.
And this whole round was like playing like COD Modern Warfare, like the actual OG one. When you do it,
If you're gonna use the Euro ult
charge
into
on
the round where you're
slows down.
ecoing,
Yep.
why do you not
That's what
use
it felt
it
like Boom was.
against
They were
the
just main
eco?
character.
You could have cleared back his sight. The Bucky mayhem
Unreal.
wouldn't have happened. They would have had to full retake with everyone. They would have had a Bucky,
Max
could have been
Payne,
far
remember that
away.
game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you put it into the eco. So I just don't get, if you're willing to put it into an eco, why are you not willing to use it against
They've
an
got so much
anti-eco?
base at C. The trip hasn't been tripped at
About to
B.
make some contact here though, but drone, oh, some damage dealt, but Spike on the floor here for now. Rolling Thunder coming across, the shield immediately going to be broken there. Spike having to be left, but it is
Okay, let's be a little critical of Boom as well. Most people, when they do breach ults these days, will try and do a breach ult from like here or here, so that when you're ulting them, you push them into the wall. See, the ult that he just did here, like you're never going to catch them. You give them a boost to get around the corner.
Just chilling.
It's not really the smartest thing.
Shiro still the Guardian in hand, able to find one more. Does get taken down. You said Famous around the back, but not in a punishable spot here for the moment. Ping reveal out from the neural theft, the 2v2, still an opportunity for Global to bring this back a bit closer. Relay Bolt going to be sent down into the corner, hits them both, tries to go
That's
for
a
the follow-up shot.
wild
Utah.
shot.
Well, going to drag him in.
He does
says,
get
"I wanna know
he gets the
exactly where
HP
you're at."
advantage, right?
They're out
Damn,
into the
that's
open, and he hits
kind
the
of
headshot.
insane,
What a
man.
bailout.
Respect. Because his actual HP
As
had no
Utah
armor and he had 74.
Brings it back to being close, one round separating.
Smart.
All right.
Liked it.
Oh, I love that. Great use of the ult there. And Famous, you know, as
Yeah,
much as we've
Boom
been
messed up with
praising
that
him
ult,
today,
in my opinion. I
had an
just don't think he can
opportunity
be
to shut
doing
the round down,
these
couldn't
ults
find the
these
second
days.
shot.
Like a
Really
2022
scrappy.
ult.
Great bailout by GE, because some of that util was hitting quite nice for the side of Boom. They're able to just battle their way out of it. Another Hunter's Fury for Crystal. Or maybe he's been sitting on it.
That's a scary Joel. Oh yeah, it's a high pressure Joel.
Now we've got the op
The
for
ult in the
Famous.
1v1
This
with
time he's
no
over in
shield.
sewers.
Sick.
A little bit of a cover for GE.
The rounds from
using the
GE
smokes.
are not. I mean,
I don't
honestly,
know how,
none of these rounds are convincing at the moment.
where they are. I mean, the trip is there.
They expect this. They might have a decent idea of it. Trip is still not cleared though. So that C-long control going to be maintained here by Boom. Follow-up shot
Drone
that
goes
has to
over
be
towards
committed. Go ahead.
middle. He picked up the
Oh.
shock before the shock
Wait,
went
is he
down.
just-
It's nice.
Recall him and replacing? Every time.
We got a good
Maybe.
bait over towards
It
garage.
looks like he is. That's so big brain.
You shield
I
up
was
before
so
you go into
looking at
garage
Famous.
though,
What
right?
in the hell? Okay,
Yeah.
well, peeking
Ooh,
down
what a
towards
stun
garage,
that
the sun
was.
comes across immediately.
Oh my
There
God,
is
the breach
absolutely
util.
getting mauled. 2 kills found, the jump out, Berserks.
Dude.
Shuts down Poppy,
Boom
and
went for,
Famous is watching the
obviously
angle.
they set up
Boom, having
the
the
neon
round
over towards A.
absolutely
But
downloaded.
Boom
And
was
all
so
that I want to see
ready
in the
for the
replay
garage push.
is Berserks' tripwires.
Yeah, I would like to see this as well. But
This was
the
this was a
coordination there
convincing
again
round, yeah.
with the breach util, NC Slasher. The way they set up these game plans around him is so good.
Dude, the breach
They're just-
util was so nice.
Damned if they do, damned if they
The
don't.
overall setup
Trying
is
to use
pretty
the
nice.
Hunter's Fury to save their lives, no good. That's devastating for GE. It looked like they might be able to really right the ship, figure things out a little bit
Wait,
more.
who am I ignoring?
Nope. It's just another punch back from Boom
What happened?
and another timeout from Global Esports to try to
The boom setup? Yeah, the
figure
boom setup was
something
good.
out. It's
Boom's
so
in my
tough
YouTube
with
chat.
how aggressive Boom is being today.
Oh yeah, Boom
I mean, we
Esports
saw
in my
this
YouTube
against
chat.
Gen G, but like so much of it was like setting up DOS9 to TP in at them, right? Like, they'd set up these crazy
Boom.
plays, and all of a sudden Gen G
Boom
is just
is
caught
booming. Yeah,
flat-footed,
they're
and
doing
DOS9s
nice.
you know,
And even the rounds that
TPing into
G
a
have
corner
won
where you had no
have
idea you
just
could get there,
been
and
clutches, really.
today they're just taking space really effectively, really methodically, finding these moments to set up these traps. And you know, it's a lot on Famous, who's doing a great job today. Once he's got those snipers in hand of just
I think Boom look better
nullifying
than the levels they played in the Essential Finals.
any attempts
I think
to try
so.
to take his space. He'll get that first kill, then what do? It doesn't seem like Global Esports has good follow-up plans.
It's at least the same level. Because they actually played very good in that.
Udaton open sight doesn't really work out. Been falling apart a bit.
I think DOS9
Falls,
is like a
stun,
big
there's shot,
upgrade
there's
though.
some damage dealt. 61
Like
on
DOS9
Udo,
is
75 on Patrick.
actually the guy.
Again, it just feels like every single time Global try to step forward, try to get closer and closer towards the site, it comes at a cost. They are made to bleed here. There's entering onto one, but now out on a long angle.
See?
They'll do
He's
some
just the
damage,
guy.
they'll find some kills, but
Smoke here,
the money's
drops
there
down,
for Shiro.
joins his team.
Players, they have him backed up. They have NC Slasher backed up economically. The op is carried forward. And Boom, once again, just shrug off that pressure, shut down the flood.
I mean, the economy's going so sideways that Udotan can only afford a Guardian. And this is just a great setup. Boom gets the early information. The dart gets cleared, the recon dart. And then they're just like, well, let's just play for an A hit. The whole time NC Slasher sitting there with an aftershock just waiting to throw it at that wall, be like, okay, you guys are going to come.
Tank another shock.
Go ahead. We're ready. Bit of a spot.
Yeah, I feel like the Sova util at the beginning of the round is just
He's
incredible.
just kind of doubling down on this A pressure. This time they're going to throw a smoke at the bottom of ramp. Our Boom showing a different look. And Famous is so happy to take this space because he knows
pressure
these
over
trips aren't
towards
going to be
A,
deep
and
enough
then every single
that
time,
he can at least get great
like
info,
Famous
find
is
good
like
angles.
the silent MVP at the moment because every single time he's either holding down all the A on his own,
So you got to
getting
try
early
to
info over
work
towards
through
C.
mid, I guess, as Global Esports. But then they're
very
gonna have to be
reactive.
stalled up off of this Cypher util.
This is nice
making
from
sure there's
Boom
not
as
any
well.
more
They
trick
smoke
plays,
this
any more
off, they
track
breach
plays.
damage here to make sure that they can just
Four-man
isolate
stack
this.
for Boom on A. For what it's worth, you've really
They don't
convinced
have like a double swing to
Boom
help
that
them
it's
get
going to
out.
be an A hit.
Hunter's Fury going to be used here from Shiro. Catching one, Poppy. Tagged
Dude,
up,
Poppy
follow
and
up that final
they
shot.
ended up breaking the trip
hit on the
just
Patrick
as he
Who.
ulted, so the backup ult after missing the
Everything.
fast
Spike planted.
Coming
actually
at a
had some
cost here for
info.
Global. TP out, big disconnect from the site. Berserk's going to be taken down.
Let's kill.
Famous on the peak.
Trick on 6
Good
HP.
Crystal. Patrick Who here, back sight's just so damn low.
Yeah, it's a
DOS9
nightmare.
finds the headshot because of course he will.
Let's keep an eye on the smoke. When
There's
does
the
DOS9
taps.
get another
Bait out whatever they
smoke?
can. Undercut going to be sent through. Op now scoped in.
Keep an eye on Kelly S going
Famous.
around the world.
Setting up here with the fast lane, getting tagged up, taken low, but now
Okay,
starting to stick to the
DOS9
fuse.
just
and
put the
DOS9
smoke
still gonna
out.
be
They
there
have
with
no idea
covering
about
fire. Kelly
Kelly,
around the
but
back,
it's a great
finding
trade.
one. Udaton
Smoke is still on the spike. They got it
trying
half.
desperately to bring this
Dude, they
back
played the
into a winnable
situation
spot, but he
very
cannot.
nicely.
As Boom, once again, finding their footing, finding their groove like we saw from the first map.
I like
They're
how
starting to
everyone
run
was
away with
just
it.
like
7
no one
rounds
faced for
accrued here
ages as well.
on the
They're just
defending
waiting
half
for
of
this
Haven.
smoke.
Oh, they just have such great follow-up plans on these retakes. It's like, okay, we cleared back sight. We've got this
All
sniper,
into
so if they try to set
recon
up for those
smoke
deep
on the
post plant,
spike. Like
beat
as soon as they put the
positions,
smoke on the
a lot of
spike in
teams
there
wanna
and
do,
they're
you
going
have
for
the
the
ability
stick.
to kind of
Everything's just
at least
going.
threaten it
Everything's
with
going
the
right.
operator,
Like they're just
and then push that
reconning.
space. They had a
Everyone's
great
fighting
fault
in
line
front
in
of
the back
it.
quarter, making
It
sure
looks
that
so
they can
hard to actually
isolate the
stop
fights
them.
on the stairs or in the window, and then deal with that player that got stuck out on grass.
This
Famous
guy
just eats that.
Sends
just
the relay bolt,
non-stop.
retakes. Patrick Who
owning
massive
everyone with the ult.
falling into the trap here as Udaton, no shield raised. Didn't think that he was going to be finding a contact fight.
God,
in
look
B.
at them.
They're just getting completely outread. DOS9. I mean, he is, I think, still top fragging. Might not be dropping 35 or whatever we saw from him versus Gen G, at least for the moment. But his read is so damn clean. He's setting up his players so very well.
One enemy remaining.
Now he's looking to bring this round to a conclusion. Swaps to the shorty. The stun is in. He wants to knife him!
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
maybe a bit more, a little bit too much disrespect there, and Crystal does well despite the corpse.
I mean, they got 4 rounds altogether.
It's something back, but the round is still
give it.
way too far gone. And this half, it might be the same situation.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
They should.
You got the money.
Okay, they have to win this round, though.
Yeah, I love the way that Famous plays the beginning of that round. Eats the dart, sits there behind the wall, throws the relay bolt, challenges the angle.
Gets better. Yeah, they are looking better.
GE tries to ego him and pays the price.
The ult mistakes from GE.
But I mean, that's the thing.
There's been ult mistakes from GE that cost them. That cost them early game. Happened both maps.
I mean, look at the crunch attempts here.
Haven't seen this since the pistol round.
Global able to get away from this one. Tripwire is set up. They have the cam behind as well. As the drone will lead the way over towards Famous. That relay bolt at the ready. Kelly S just tucking around the opposite side, dodges the aftershock. They should know that it's going to be cleared now. At the same time, Patrick Coop peeking up from sewer. He's going to take it down. Kelly S looking for a little bit more. Cannot.
1v1. He got the low
puts
HP
him on
though,
the floor.
so
Yudotan gets the
Famous
grab.
might be right with it.
Dragged in. Yudotan able to win the fight. Set on the double
and they
tap
didn't break
shield.
any of the
Spike
tricks, and they
still
have a
ticking
cameras to
away.
get full info that they're playing off.
Footsteps going to be
Gets
heard.
another.
Yudotan
Yeah, I was gonna say gets
instantaneous
another
win.
jaw with his
Takes down
shield.
Berserks. Undercut going to be sent through, but Shiro catching him off guard. He's able to find one, but now he has his work cut out for him. Looks to try to get the hold up to half. The recon getting the ping. Dodges away. It's going to be the Hunters very committed here. Last round, so why the hell not? He just swings out though, and maybe he's outdone them. Darts exchange and Crystal. It will land at
what a
his
half
feet.
from
He
Boom.
will find that kill and get Global a 4th round victory. But my God, what a half
Yeah.
from Boom.
What an absolute half
They're
that
just
was.
looking great today. They make so many good reads, but finally GE having a really nice round. But again, it has to come off the back of Yudotan. Phenomenal in these kill contracts. He's perfect on them. You got to give him that. He's been so valuable there on the ISO, as we've seen with, you know, a lot of teams starting to adopt this T1 comp.
He's just a hair away from getting out of that shock throat as well, and who knows what could have happened. Good on Crystal be able
And they win the
to
pistol.
be able to
He
get
gets 3-0 for
close
Boom
out
on
here.
pistols.
But they have a hell of a situation on their hands now. The double duelists needing to find victory and run things back from the defending half.
Certainly doable.
Sure.
This comp can do that. The ISO is actually really annoying to deal with. You know, you've got the ability to use the vulnerable and the contingency and the, oh God, I forgot the name of the thing that blocks damage, the shield.
Call it a shield.
The wall or just the shield?
The shield.
Oh, double tap.
That's it, double tap. Spaced out on that one for a second.
No, it's
the rest
fine.
of it.
How do they remember this stuff?
It's a bit of a brain fryer.
Yeah, this brain is this brain is gone. No worky good.
Yeah.
But the ISO can provide a lot of value on the defensive side of the map.
It definitely
is
can.
my point.
If the
Okay, as we
combos
can
are
see,
gonna be
coaches can talk
correct
at
and the
halftime,
reads are
so
there.
Yes.
giving them a good amount of
But
prep.
That's been the concerning factor.
Yeah.
A bit more is getting the read, understanding how Boom are going to be approaching the map. We'll see though. The turnaround can get started right here. Patrick Hu, a sheriff in hand, double stack on plat at C. So far, no one really looking to play around that though. Boom, at the same time, just pushing forward. Clear on the camera. Berserk's going to be noting him exiting back into the garage. Trip set up, Poppy.
Rip
ready
into
with the
armor
paranoia.
flash. But I like this from Boom.
Sends it
The
through.
GE comp.
Flash out, sliding forward. Poppy able to find
That's
one.
sweet.
Kelly S getting another. Famous does take down the enemy Omen. This paranoia gets set to open up a little bit more space. Tap on the plan as the smoke dissipates over on the seedling side. Yudotan able to collect one. Toss 9. He's got the spike in hand. He's just pushing forward, saying, I have to go for the fight.
Okay, I
And
still
the
like
fall
the
to the
idea from
wayside,
Boom,
and
right?
Global get the
Normally
pistol
people will
that
play
they
a breach
so
over towards
desperately
here. You
needed.
breach damage
their
to stop
first
the
one
plant.
could
And then
not
this
have come at a better
combo to
time.
stop the
No
plant,
doubt
normally
about
you
it.
have to
Just,
double damage
I think
shock.
Boom just trying to
And a
force
lot of
the
times you
issue
don't have
there,
the double
just
damage anymore.
had a
Sometimes
game
you're
plan from the
using it for your
get-go.
A default. So
And with how well they've been playing,
the
you know,
comp
thought they could rely on their
from
execution, but this
GE
time
does have a bit of a
GE
weakness over towards B.
playing around
doesn't
those
handle
angles
it as
really,
good as,
really
like, the
nicely.
breach
Kelly
comps.
doing a great job of absorbing that contact over at A Link.
So
Making
I
it
do
so
wonder
Boom
how many
couldn't
times
just
they're going to
blow them
try
out
and
of that
spam
side.
B.
And turn their attention to the C side.
They got a pistol though. 1-3
now-
for pistols.
It is going to be the Vandal for Yudotan. You'd love to get him
Famous
into
buys an
another
attack
contract so you
Bucky,
could convert a bonus.
and we saw what he did earlier.
You know, we saw him with the kill contract. I think it was in round 3 last time.
And he's in a position to get a kill from this trip.
Famous sliding forward. The Bucky is still able to deliver one. Patrick Koo puts him down. Peek from Berserks, finding out quite a few players.
They picked the Bucky back up.
Bucky recovered, doesn't win the final one, but
Oh, this is very nice though. Yeah, honestly, even if he dies here at 12, oh boy, that's ISO again, early.
2 kills found. Tiny bit of damage dealt here from the side of Boom, but Global Esports continuing to rally back. Now just 2 rounds away from tying things up.
Yep, and this is where that ISO on the defensive side starts to get very, very scary. Especially with how clean Yudotan is looking. He's been really sharp most of the day. It's just the rest of Boom has been so well coordinated.
Just what did GE go for here? I'd be super tempted to go for a 4-1 aggro on A. Is the ISO ult's really good for retaking? Yeah, there we go. Nice.
Starting to feel it now. Energy getting built up.
This makes a lot of sense.
4 here. More than doubling any of his teammates. Bit more of an even spread from Boom. But with that kill contract online, they're going to be looking
lower
for
damage go in, and then you
for
can put the Yoru here, and then you can
that
save the ISO, or
that
you can go
A-lobby
back a little
position.
bit. I'm worried that the 4
Do
hasn't
take
rotated.
A lot of space very quickly. There is no forward trip
Oh
on that
no.
side of the map.
The drone pushing through.
So this should be a retake for GE at this point.
I mean, they have to know.
Yeah.
This is all of the info that this should need. There's been nothing.
The good news for
on
GE
B.
is
Camera
no one was
set
close
up.
enough to hear the
Through
drone.
Garage, and now the trip gets triggered.
So
yeah.
they go over towards
site
site, and
Now the real
it should
question
be
is
some kind of
who can you grab
organized
with this kill
retake with the
contract?
ISO ult.
And a very important one for Yudotan. He's been phenomenal in him. This may be the biggest one yet.
Here comes the ult.
Famous? Yep.
You got him.
Famous is gonna be snatched up.
Tried to dodge it.
The shield in broken. That's going to be the first loss.
That's
Yudotan
rough.
ends up getting taken down. DOS9 forward position here within the smoke, but his attention gets split. But Famous is there to collect.
The guy that got ulted managed to survive.
Able to answer one back, but the round is too far gone. The
Yeah,
damage from Famous
devastating.
insurmountable.
And that good
As
lead
Patrick
again
Koo
just
will
kind of
be
goes
allowed
missing.
to escape.
Ah, it's a shame. G did the right
Boom,
thing,
not
but then I think the
allowing for a bonus
reaction's wrong.
conversion. They will go ahead, reestablish the lead, stretching it back by 3, and keeping 3 of these weapons in play.
I just love that Famous
Shout out to Famous
knows
though,
that
winning
the kill
out
contract's
in the
coming
ult.
as soon as he's spotted and
What a
tries to
beast.
use the speed to get out of it, but not quite fast enough. It still ends up winning. And you know, for Yudotan, this is brutal. That's a brutal one to lose, the one you need the most. Whoa. And then I don't know, just scrapping in C-Link. Just absolute madness inside of that smoke. So though,
Okay.
rifle v rifles, Famous
Important-
does have his ult.
Important rounds.
We've seen them be pretty aggressive with it on Lotus. See if he wants to turn up the tempo again here on Haven. Spotting that Patrick Koo intentionally
Wait,
done.
does he do his
TP
he
immediately.
do his
Try to see if he can bait out some
default
util,
recon?
but
Wait, I pointed this
I
out
think
last
Boom,
time, right? He does his default
wise to that
recon
game,
in a position you can get
wants to hold on
spammed.
to some of their
Oh,
own.
dude, gee,
Crystal
Mr.
then has
Mr.
to re-clear
Freebie.
just to figure out what's going on. Let's see what he sees.
Just Famous by the looks of it.
Mr.
And
Freebie
finally,
in the
Patrick
ante
Koo.
here.
Tucked away here on long. Gate crash. Taking right back over onto the site
Oh,
itself.
crouched.
Famous just crouch peeking in. Still having a hell of a game. Cage a little bit off there from Berserks. Cage tech maybe not quite as strong as his trip tech.
This is so weird.
Oh boy. And now Poppy reswings the
Damn,
angle.
bro.
Berserks is already into the site.
Just won the whole
And he
rounds on your own.
suspects that
Kinda
perhaps
just won
this
the whole
linger,
game
this lurk
from this
will be
round.
out of long, but it does look away from it.
Oh,
Same
I
time,
have
though,
no idea why Famous is descended. They wanted to
rest of the
fake
team is
over
looking
towards
for this
A.
hit onto
And
the
he
A
ended up
site.
being
Things start to
isolated on
unfurl.
his
They
own.
tried to sell a fake with Famous.
30 seconds left.
And so the rest of the team wasn't there to back him up. So now they're left in a bad position, all because Kellyus was tucked in that cubby. They were already starting to rotate towards C because of that space that had been gained. And now they're stuck on an island.
I mean, they're trying to fake maybe, you know, this smoke onto B, make them think otherwise, but
Time.
because they have Kelly S in such a far forward position,
Boom.
there is no way in hell
That
that
was
they're going to be able to
atrocious
sell
as well.
it. Very nicely done here from Global.
Ah, some
Keeping 3
painful
players
rounds
alive.
dotted in here.
Keeping things close, just 2 rounds
Obviously, nice
separating, but
shots
once again,
from
bit of an
Everyone
economic
on A.
blow here to the side of Boom.
Yeah, it just comes down to one pushed up player. That's the IGL, Kelly S. Is something we were really crediting Boom with doing so well on their defender side. GE taking it right back to them. And they're able to completely throw Shiro off guard.
Okay, and that was a big swing round, forced him down to eco. And now they go and punch the recon. You do it in your big buy rounds. At least it was here, though. We said they missed it on the ante, but they just kind of did it wrong round.
Swing out, multiplayer face here. Into B, Poppy take it down. Top site, they do trade the omens. Now the overdrive in play from Famous.
They did have it in their ante. But I think they had to go for it on the big buy round.
Checking for the camp, that's situated over on the A site. Now a pump at the brakes, but that overdrive gone.
At least they have it.
Patrick just tucking into the corner. Yudotan here at backside does not have that shield, and Famous just sliding forward, able to find him with the classic. Crystal trading it back eventually, but then Shiro barrel stuffing Crystal.
No, Crystal, you're in trouble, mate.
But Shiro is on top of him. Finds the kill, and it's just Patrick left. The shift around to the side. 2 bullets remaining in the mag. Patrick not sure which way he needs to check. Knows that the counter swing is going to be pretty much instantaneous.
Very nice from Shiro.
Get it done.
They win the low buy, they get the upgrades, and
finds the kill, and that is going to be
another mess up from G, really.
For Boom, they now reach double digits.
At this round, very good on the play calling here from Boom. Overstacking that mid angle, catches Poppy off guard. Nice job by Patrick to get the one and done and immediately TP out. Not overstay is welcome, but this is a bit of a mistake. You almost never see this from Crystal. He's usually so solid at understanding these situations, but they weren't anticipating that Shiro was already in that corner. The Hunter's Fury was getting let loose, and Shiro just had the perfect time.
You watching? Yeah, it's a really messy haven.
Spot.
Really messy haven from everyone, to be honest.
It has to be the second time out. The last one for this map, potentially for the series for Global.
And surprisingly, Boom, even with this run back that Global's been having, they haven't looked to intervene. Still just showing trust in the players, you know, maybe saying, all right, if they get within 1, maybe we call a timeout. But they haven't had to do it. Shows the confidence levels that they have at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, and with what you've been seeing with, you know, anytime Global Esports hits back, it doesn't take long for Boom to get right back into it. So, yeah, as the coach, you got to be thrilled, obviously, with the way your team's playing today so far. And the adjustments have been great, so got to tip your cap to Shiro, the IGL for Boom. Just doing a wonderful job overall. It helps when your players are extremely sharp. You don't even need just DOS9 going
Boom
nuclear
on this
to win
one.
maps.
Cool for just a simple
Is it NC?
contact over towards C.
No, definitely not DOS9.
Oh.
That I can tell you for sure.
Well, then I'm stupid.
That's okay.
And I will happily concede
Look,
that.
we talked about this earlier. Brains are not working great today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whatever. Either way, Plant coming through. Fast hit onto the C site. Spike planted in. Paranoia sent over towards the side. Try to slow things up. Fake out going to be pushed out, but things start getting chaotic as the Hunter's Fury gets opened up from Shiro. Famous plays off the back, and Poppy gets collected.
And I like the Boom aren't scared to use the ults in the eco, so we were speaking about it earlier, how GE probably would have
forward, able to find a nice headshot.
Benefited from that.
Just getting shattered though. DOS9 is able to go ahead and collect the final 2.
Okay.
Attempt at their own thrifty not come to fruition.
One away
Global
from
now.
his ult.
Another buy, but
Do
Boom
they
up
want
to
to
11.
try?
Yeah, just love the tempo they play at. This time they have a Hunter's Fury, and Famous plays right off the back of it to catch GE when they're scrambling to try to get away from it. They still end up finding a kill with the Hunter's Fury as well. They're dialed in. The teamwork is off the charts today for Boom. Every twist and turn, they've got a plan to play off of each other's utility.
Want to try punch this AWP on long?
And it doesn't matter who it is. They're happy to set anybody.
We got a set strat.
Okay.
Insta send. We wanted to omen ult under, but because he didn't distract, he cancelled it. Insta drone out towards it. I mean, they create pressure on A, but
side of the map right now.
I feel like GE would be pretty happy with the amount of util that was used.
Patrick does have his for a potential retake if it comes to that. You're a madman, Famous. You're an absolute madman.
And he's a dead man. Yudotan
Okay, walk over towards B though. We said it's a weak, the comp's weak over towards us. Udatan manages to, wait, did he get the kill or get the orb? I can't remember. Either way, he gets his orb. Dude, again.
Breaks the shield, finds the headshot instantaneously off the back. Things starting to get away here from Global a bit, especially since the Slasher is able to find Patrick Hu. Kelly S, however, quickly answered back a couple of kills, push out inside the cage, looking for a
nicely done from Kelly S, bit of a savior round.
Pushing into a split, the crossfire.
Udatan,
taken down.
I mean, he was winning every ult on attack, and now he's just losing every ult on defense.
Still though, 3 rounds separating, and they need to be able to find some consecutive wins.
Yeah, but you're still able to get some good value out of Patrick Hu's ult this time. Again, trying to sell a fake with Famous. It is something that makes Boom difficult to read on this attacker's side. We've seen them try to do it and fail a couple times now, but it's at least in your opponent's head.
Do I believe? And they come back from GE?
Famous might try these fakes, but at this point, because you've been able to shut them down, you might be able to lean a little bit heavier
the op might save them.
That could be where the attack is happening. There's a lot of players here. Ooh, okay. They are clearing a ton of space at the very least. There's that op. They're aware.
Oh boy, the Omen angle.
That could definitely be involved.
The Omen angle's incredible, man.
DOS9.
Okay, they find the op out in play, and that's their anti of it. Well, that's what they go for. It's a nice angle.
He's like the bully at the schoolyard. Your mom just bought you like a nice pair of shoes, and he just pushes you into the mud. Got this shiny new operator. Oh, that's nice. Rips it from his hands.
Yeah.
Look at this, the cut on noise, the pressure in towards garage, and now
it's all about Udatan.
Ready to come through onto the A side.
Good luck, mate.
All alone. Dodges the rolling thunder. Shield, however,
the wall against him.
Finds one, just barrel stuffs there on a berserk to push through though. DOS9, shorty in hand.
Any opportunity to pop his shield.
Ends up falling to the way side as Poppy.
Kind of impressive from G to actually get trades out on that and come out on top, but still think they're done from this crossfire.
Reposition DOS9. He's just got covering fire. Shiro and NC Slasher are there to bail him out, keep him alive, and Boom now get up
convincing,
to match point, I should
convincing games today. 2-0, 2-0. All of Americas as well. 4-2-0.
This is just nasty crossfire. DOS9 reads it like a book. Has the shorty in the back pocket.
We were meant to have close games, but
deals with Udotan's off position. I love, though, that Berserks goes to check that corner regardless. Even though he dies, even though he doesn't look in the right spot, it still gives the information over, and then it's just the meat grinder out of A-Link.
No, I think that they're making too many mistakes.
They try to use the recon dart, and they find one, and they say, okay, well, we can clear that one, right? Right, guys? Surely.
The 2G game was fun. The 2G game was really fun,
control has been pretty well established in the previous round.
The map I was probably least excited. Like the match I was least excited for, and ended up being the hypest.
Drone should give the script away. They were quick on the rotations, at least. Can they shut this down? Global's got the right read.
Kelly S on the reposition. Patrick Hu forced away as the flash comes in. Nice drag across. Famous going to be taken down. Kelly S
my.
Absolutely
damn, bro. The Phantom's looking incredible. Kelly saved him in a round before, and that is awesome shots,
like this map. This series not coming to a conclusion quite just yet. Cam going to be spotted out. Sees the shoulder of Poppy. Kelly, he absolutely wants this ace. And it looks like Global, it looks like they're willing to die to give it to him. They do lose out on an additional player, but the ace is found as Kelly as the apex predator here of this round.
Oh, just so well played by Kelly
S. 3 chances. And
this time around,
probably just avoid Kelly S now.
Even though the trips get cleared,
like his cage leaks out slightly so that he can tuck behind it. Also means that if people are flashing here, right, he has more chance of the flash not hitting him.
Finds the ace with a little help from some friends. It's still time to work with him. Finally,
it's the first one.
Finally, we get a Boom Esports timeout. Don't want to give him any more chances. You have 3 rounds to work with. Find the solution. The coach has got an idea. Let him know.
I'm not wanting any more rounds like that to come into play. So still have a solid follow-up An extra timeout just in case this one doesn't work out for him. We'll see what the economy looks like. Didn't quite get a glimpse of the snapshot of it before we went into the timeout here. What does the game plan look like? I mean, for Kelly S, that's got to be a very good round. Get the blood flowing again. Get that heartbeat up. The adrenaline pumping to try to get back into this one. 3 rounds is absolutely doable to take this into an overtime.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
And you've got some great ults.
Like we said, 3 chances.
Got the neural theft now.
And
got the
in
Hunter's Fury
defense to
again for
GE,
Crystal. So
his ults are
Famous
pretty
one
far
away
off.
from his ult. Pings are coming down from GE. I think they're kind of ready. Oh no.
Double damage
no.
into
Suddenly
Sova
exit is there.
ult.
Hunter's Fury, one more shot. NC Slasher
Yeah,
would have
but
been
do
dead
they
man,
have
but
any idea that Famous has gone over
for now,
towards
we'll
here?
have to
Oh,
just
they
settle
look
with
like
the
they want to
damage.
re-clear this. Surely not.
As it looks like they very heavily suspect that Famous is going to be tucked away here into the corner. The flash out, ping, now getting
Dude,
the
it's the
reveal.
same thing every
He's
single
gonna be
time. He
stuck,
keeps
tries to go
getting
into the
owned by
fight.
this recon.
Takes Yudotan down to 44. Player advantage now very much in the hands of Global Esports as they look to get up to double digits themselves.
Yeah, I'd like to see a different direction of attack out of Garage. You've been identified there again. It's been pinged.
It's a full push out of window. Flash.
Wait, where's the...
Oh, it's into this poke there, but doesn't actually connect, but they still find the kill. LES regen shield gonna get pushed back
Where's
up.
my flash gun?
Still had to respect it.
Smoke, yeah. I guess the
Corner,
smoke's
Shiro.
still there, but
Are they going to be
client
ready
is
for
like...
that?
It's like
Is he
on
gonna
the
be ready
server,
for
the
this?
smoke's still there, even though it's faded,
Oh.
I guess, or fading.
Turns, finds the first one, looks back. Gonna get a little bit more. DOS9 able to stay alive now. A 3v3. Dart out, pushing forward.
Ow.
LES only gonna be good for
Look at
one.
the HPs.
Damage, however, a significant amount of it is suffered, and they're playing in towards Crystal, pushing out from the same angle, and
Very
he's got
nice.
it done. Crystal coming away, keeping them alive, keeping them afloat. Now
2
just
chances, they go
rounds to
down to an
go
eco. So
to
they're
get
going to
this
deal
into
with
an
the
OT.
Neon ult.
to give us the map that we were expecting.
Right? This is the map we deserve, darn it. Ooh. Nice shot, Yudotan. Berserks almost answered the call of his own with an ace. He had 3 in this one, but Crystal not having any of it. Mr. Reliable. Gonna get it done. Crystal is does such a good
Okay,
player.
so everyone can
So
get one shot from
consistent.
the Outlaw.
One of those guys you're always
and
looking to make those
we have a
impressive
Bucky as a
clutches.
backup gun.
It's been a bit of a quiet
Okay,
day.
now they're starting to spam it a
Maybe
bit
that one
more
will be
as
the one
well.
they need to
Maybe they
get
got unlucky with the
things
rounds
turned
they're
around.
doing it.
Knowing you're going against Nico, grab the Outlaw. See what you
Where's the
can get
ISO?
done. You're gonna try that.
Let's
same kind of
highlight
thing
the
they did
double damage of the
previously to Nico.
ISO because
Flash in deep.
that is the one to...
Be taken down though. Top side.
Oops.
Yudotan holding the door.
Yeah,
Does
I
find
mean, he
Shiro,
just kind of
tries to spam
sent
through to look
it,
for a
and I
little
think
bit
he should
more.
probably be saving it for the Neon ult.
Honestly,
but-
given the position that they find themselves in, pulling the trigger on this ultimate might be the play. You know that they're going to have weakened weaponry.
Dude, Udatan has to kill a lot here.
Maybe it won't be needed. As Yudotan looks to try to shut them down. 3 going to be found before he is felled. As Berserk's now the last one with
Oh, this guy's
everything to
so
do,
good.
but finds the headshot. It's Crystal once again. As there's the ping reveal, knows that he's out onto the site. The dart over the top takes the time to clear it. Needs to hit the headshot. Needs to nail it. And
Oh,
he
he
just can't
just
make
missed.
it happen.
Oh, he had the chance.
Right into the shoulder.
It was so close.
Shatters the clavicle, but cannot get the kill.
It was so
GE,
close.
1 round away
One chance.
from taking this into OT.
Oh, and this
One
is
chance
huge that
there
you're getting
against
the kill
a,
contract coming into this
ISO.
round for Yudotan. Such a powerful ultimate to have in this situation. He held on to it, just opted to go for the big multi-kill. It almost cost him. But Crystal, again, Mr. Reliable. Steady hand.
One more, boys.
One more.
One more. ISO ult again, so I'm going to keep an eye on that ISO. Sorry, Neon ult again.
Nothing
Oh, the
else they
ISO
found,
double
though,
damage.
for Global.
Okay, now this guy can
Yudotan
just use
will
ult.
have to deliver with that
They
kill
do just try
contract.
and do the default over towards A where you shock and
Love to get famous if you
put
could.
the ISO double damage in.
See if you can get the overdrive out
Boom.
of play.
Definitely trying to do what I was saying at the beginning, the fact that
Very,
B
very
is weak.
quiet
We've
for
seen a lot of
Boom.
B hits at the moment, especially as there's no double damage.
Looking
Now they
towards
know that they can
B.
pretty much get a free
The
plant.
spike not really committed. They're just trying to see if they can get the space. Gonna use the fast lane and bait out the kill contract. It's gone. It's wasted.
Yeah, it's just fully gone. Hit no one.
Devious here from Boom. Sight now opened up a bit. The ping reveal
Yo,
is there.
trip and they go into sight.
Sight.
Oh boy, this is such a hard retake. The ISO ult's gone. They got no Cypher.
Patrick Koo nearby. Crystal still a world away, waiting for him to try to rotate over. A couple more shots in. Not connecting. Poppy just opts to back off. Paranoia going to be set. Patrick Koo headshot.
Yeah,
taken
Flash
down.
is incredible as well. He just committed.
Off the back of Berserk's damage, looks to bring this to its end. Hirotan spotting one here in Garage, but cannot find him. A 2v5. A double push out of the smoke with DOS9 on the opposite side, waiting with a shorty. Ping revealed, tries to jump forward, will end up falling, but it does not matter.
Boom 2-0.
Out the final 2
Scrappy
kills.
map from everyone, honestly.
Out the series 13-11.